Hey guys, what's going on? Paul here and welcome back to another Cardano video. If you're new, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, as what we do here is all about Cardano. So just before I get into the video, I want to say about scammers. I will never give out a WhatsApp number in the comments. I will never email you first. There are scammers out there. I'll put a screenshot up here. Emailing people or commenting down below, giving WhatsApp numbers, I'm constantly deleting them comments, but if you see any of them, then it is not me giving out a number like that. So into what we're going to talk about. So we're going to look at the Cardano 360 show that happened last night. This is a new show that will happen at the end of every month, looking at where Cardano is and what's going on. So the one last night was very much tailored around the Merry hard fork and native assets, which will be live next Monday night. So I will be talking about that again more next week as well. We'll take a quick look at that and I will share the links for that down below. Then we'll look at some of an investment fund getting involved with Cardano and Polkadot, which is great to see. And then onto the charts to see what is happening. Not so good for Bitcoin right now, but Cardano really holding its own and even in an uptrend on its own. On the stake pool, we have crossed 27 million in the pool. Thank you so much to everyone that is delegating. It really does mean a lot and really does help support the channel. Some people also seen a second pool under the ticker Paul. Yes, that is a pool that I have opened up and I will have a video out about that over the weekend. So don't worry, it's not a scammer out there. It is a pool that is set up by myself. So let's jump straight into the video. And don't forget to give this a like, comment, share it out there if you think it's valuable, and let's get into it. Okay, let's kick this off by looking at the Cardano 360 event that happened last night. I'm not going to play any of the videos, but I will just talk around some of the stuff that went on. So a lot of it was based around native assets and the Merry hard fork. And just for anyone who hasn't heard of this, this is the Cardano 360 is going to be an event that happens at the end of every month going forward. And it's going to be looking back to see what has happened and what is going on within Cardano right at that moment in time. So it will be a very useful show to have going forward. So last night it was very much tailored around the Merry hard fork, which did make it into the last epoch. So from next Monday, the 1st of March, it will be Monday night. Native assets will be included in the Cardano blockchain after the turn of the epoch. So at some stage next week, I will have my video out comparing ERC20 tokens to native assets. And after looking at some of the presentations from Cardano 360, I am getting more and more excited about what this actually means for Cardano. When I look at the interworkings of how this is all going to work, where I'll share an article as well. This article, where is it? Babel fees, talking about how the fees will be paid for native assets. Basically, you will be able to send, if you have a native asset within Cardano, you will be able to send that native asset and pay in that native asset currency. And then on the back end, there's a whole exchange part that happens back there where someone else picks up the tab and pays the fee for that transaction within ADA by sending their own transactions. So there's a whole workings on that, and I am fairly sure I have my head around it now. So once I read a little bit more stuff on it and start putting it down in slides, I will then be able to put that video together for you. So every little bit that I read about the native assets and the more I dive into it and understand it, the more and more excited I am getting about what this could mean for the project. So if you go through here, you will see all of the different topics of what's going on. You can see here they were showing the Yoroi wallet and how native assets will look within that. So you will have your drop downs and you have all the different assets there. So again, the one that talks about the fees is this one here, Babel fees, and that article that I just showed you, that is linked to that as well, so you can check that out. They talked about Fund 4, which is the next Catalyst fund where you can put in your proposals as well if you have anything that you think could be funded by Cardano, so you can put them in there as well. Might talk a bit more about that when I am looking at voting on the current fund. So after March 3rd, when the snapshot happens, I will put out a video then about voting. So then we move on and we see that there are institutions starting to take notice of Cardano. So the FD7 Ventures Fund is going to sell $750 million worth of Bitcoin for Cardano and Polkadot. So this is huge news for Cardano. Polkadot has a lot of VC investors already, but for Cardano to start getting the institutional attention is really good. We also seen Grayscale added their trust. I still haven't found a date on when that is going to launch, but as soon as I do, I will let you know. Stuff like this is very good for where Cardano is going. So this shows that the interest is there, and I think that we will see a lot more of this as the year goes on. Again, this type of stuff will only help push the price up along with the developments that Cardano are bringing out. So some people just look at the price, but if you start to dig into it and start to look at what native assets means as a whole on the cryptocurrency markets, what it can potentially do, and then you bring in smart contracts into that as well as the scaling aspects that can plug the holes and I suppose make up for all of the shortcomings of Ethereum right now. There is a lot to come. That's it on the funds and what's going on. If we look at CoinGecko, let's refresh this to see where it stands right now. And we have third spot. We have really secured it now. Nearly, it's 1.5 billion ahead of Binance. Binance were holding their own there for a long time today. But as you can see in the last hour, Cardano has gone up by 2.6% again. So when you look at Bitcoin down by 6% and Cardano is still up by nearly 5%, that is huge to show the strength of Cardano. We'll look at the charts in a second. When you start to look down through all of the assets then, there's a lot of red there. There's not many coins that are actually green in the last 24 hours, apart from stable coins. If we actually order this by, let's see, not that many at all in green. And when you look at how many of these coins are actually stable coins, you really only have Cardano, Elrond, Near, and Airwave that are green in the last 24 hours within the top 100 coins. So looking at Bitcoin then, Bitcoin it's struggling at the minute. It's got a lot of FUD out there. F2 Pool are supposedly selling a lot of Bitcoin. There's rumors that they're also shorting the market. These types of things can only go on so long. There's also options expiring today. So I think that if we find our stability in around here, around this $46,000, that next week will be a lot better week for Bitcoin. And it could be an even crazier week for ADA if we go over and look at the charts now. So ADAUSD has been really holding its own, and it's one of the few coins that has been holding its own against Bitcoin. If we show the compare chart, actually, this is let's line these up a bit better. So there we go. So these are lined up top and bottom. So you can see as Bitcoin has been in a downtrend against the US dollar, this is a 4-hour chart, Cardano has been heading upwards. So Cardano is in an uptrend and Bitcoin USD is in a downtrend. Normally when Bitcoin is in a downtrend, it's pulling a lot of the altcoins with it. Why is it not pulling the Cardano price down this time? Well, if you look at this chart here, the ADA BTC chart, which is the one I said is the most important chart to be watching, you can see that we are really racing ahead now. The high right now is the highest we have been since July 2018. If Bitcoin gets its support now and has a better week next week, as I would expect it to, and we can hold these types of values with the ADA BTC chart, we could be in for an extremely good week with Cardano. We could see pushing up past that. We're nearly at the 118 now, which is what I'm considering all-time high one, but the main all-time high up at $1.33. I really think we could be pushing towards that next week if Bitcoin can get its bit of a run together and we hold these values here against the Bitcoin price. So currently we are well away from the 2000 sats level that we want to see as support. We tested it all around here and it held up, which was great to see. So right now, moving right up. On the ADAUSD chart, you can see this uptrend that we're in here. Again, pushing up towards the $1.18. I would expect a breakout of this pattern before we get to the edge of this ascending triangle. Normally, when you get to the end of these, you get a breakout to the upside. So that's why I'm looking at next week being an extremely good week for Cardano. Once again, this comes back to Bitcoin basically getting its shit together and finding its support, stopping all the FUD that's out there and getting to move upwards on that. Okay, so, and this is really another chart to keep an eye on as well. This is the ADA Ethereum chart. This is a 3-day chart just so I can show you the full picture. This was back in 2017, 2018. So this is the cost of one ADA against Ethereum. As you can see, we're on a crazy run right now. This here was a very important level. We got stuck here once, twice, 3 times. This was actually the Shelly launch around here and we really couldn't get past this level, but right now we are blowing it out of the water. So Where we look to go against Ethereum, this is the highest Cardano has been against Ethereum since January 18. This is absolutely huge for the Cardano price, and when you consider where we are and what is to come, then we really are in a great position for where we can potentially go with this price. So don't forget to keep an eye on this chart as well. It is an interesting one. It is one of the ones that I do post as well on social media from time to time. So don't forget to check that out as well. That's it guys for this video. I do hope it has been useful. If you have any comments on it, let me know down below. Don't forget to give it a like, hit subscribe if you're new, and give it a share if you think there is value in it for someone else. So thanks for watching guys. I really do appreciate it, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching.